to the Valley of the Sun. You know, this is our second straight trip to this area, second straight year. Showtime Championship Boxing has come to this fighting city. This is the official press conference for Benavidez versus Lemieux. I'm Brian Custer, the host of Showtime Championship Boxing, and this is also the hometown of one of boxing's most exciting fighters, David Benavidez. And on Saturday, May 21st, Showtime Championship Boxing comes here to the Gila River Arena for a main event that will bring fireworks. We got two explosive punchers in the main event. You have the two-time super middleweight champion, David Benavidez, taking on the former middleweight champion and now participating in that 168-pound division, David Lemieux, who's got dynamite in both of his hands. It's the main event. It will be a triple header of fights that is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. Of course, these fights are being promoted by TGB Promotions and also by Samson Boxing, Samson Lukowitz, of course, and tickets. I know you want to know, they are available. You can purchase your tickets through Ticketmaster.com. Again, Ticketmaster.com. Last year when we were here in the area, it was a sellout, and we expect another packed arena here at the Gila River Arena. You know, this venue has hosted boxing before, in fact, 4 shows, including Showtime Championship Boxing. The last time we were here, how about November of 2004? So it's been a long time, but we are happy to be back for this main event. And of course, this entire fight card. And what a fight card we have, because we'll begin the night with a couple of featherweights, unbeaten, looking to cement their name as top challengers in that 126-pound division. We have Jonathan Fierro, 13-0. 12 of his victories have come by knockout. And he's going to be taking on another unbeaten fighter in Luis Nunez, 16-0. He's got 12 knockouts out of the Dominican Republic. And then we get to the co-main. And we got a man who, listen, he's fought some of the top fighters at 154 pounds. Jorge Cotto, 30-5, 27 knockouts. I mean, he's been in the ring with Lubin, Charlo, and now he will take on a young man who people believe could be the future of that division, Yoelvis Gomez, 5-0. All 5 of his victories have come by knockout. In fact, this young man has not gone past 3 rounds. That's the co-main. And then we get to the main event. You know, 168 pounds is one of the hottest divisions in boxing. It is loaded with some of the most talented fighters. And boy, we got 2 of the best here in the main event. David Benavidez, 2-time WBC super middleweight champion. Many call and consider him the boogeyman of the division because it seems no one wants to step in the ring with him. 25-0. He's got 22 knockouts. You know, when David Benavidez steps in the ring, you're going to see speed, you're going to see combinations, you're going to see fistic fireworks. That's what he delivers. It's probably the reason why he's become so popular. But he's got a man in front of him who's also been a world champion. And man, has he had some highlight reel knockouts at 160 pounds at middleweight. Now he has stepped it up to 168. And since he's moved up, he has continued to knock guys out in David Lemieux, and would love nothing more than to once again have the strap around his waist, but at 168. That is going to be the main event. It's going to be a significant fight considering, let's be honest, the winner of that fight becomes the mandatory challenger for the WBC super middleweight title and it's one of the belts that, of course, Canelo Alvarez owns, and it's the fight that both of these guys have wanted and coveted for some time. That's the main event. So let's talk about these fights that we've got, and let's start with the beginning. Jonathan Fierro, Luis Nunez. Both guys unbeaten. And Jonathan, I'll start with you. By the way, Martin Bader is here. He's going to do the translation for us. Jonathan, you're taking on another unbeaten fighter. Can you give the people just a word here on what you believe a victory over Nunez does for you in your career?
Jonathan, te estás enfrentando a un rival invicto. ¿Qué haría una victoria contra este rival de alto calibre para tu carrera?
Bueno, pues, esta pelea es como una llave para mí. Es un peleador invicto y pues yo vengo a ganarle. Es como una puerta para mí y pues venimos a lo que venimos.
This fight is gonna open a lot of doors for me if I win it, and I believe that Luis holds the key for me to open it. I am well aware that he's unbeaten, but I believe in my capability to be able to hold that key, open that door, and go through it.
Luis, same question to you. What do you believe a victory over an unbeaten challenger like you have on Saturday does for you in your career?
Bueno, Luis, la misma pregunta para vos. Si le ganas a un rival invicto como Jonathan aquí, ¿qué crees que una victoria así haría para tu carrera?
Primeramente, gracias por la pregunta y muy buena tarde para todos. Para mí esta pelea significa mucho, es muy importante como cada una de las que han pasado y de las que vendrán. Yo sé que con Dios por delante esa noche yo saldré victorioso y bueno, ya he tenido bastante guerra como esta y yo sé que puedo dominarla y salir victorioso.
This fight is just as important as the ones that have come before and the ones that are going to come after. I'll tell you this though, I know I'm going to win this fight, and I know that I have what it takes to showcase my talent on Saturday night and show the people here that I'm here to stay.
Luis, you just said you know you're going to win. I was reading up on some of the comments you guys have made leading up to this fight, and one of the comments that your opponent Fierro told the media was, Nunez doesn't have the power that I possess. That's going to be the difference in this fight. What's your response to that?
Bueno, que Fierro anteriormente dijo que Núñez, no contás con el poder que él sí posee. ¿Qué le respondes a ese tipo de provocación, declaración?
Creo que en la República Dominicana son muy conocidos por el béisbol y creo que México es muy reconocido por el boxeo y pues creo que el sábado voy a anotar jonrón.
Well, you know, Jonathan is saying that actually the Dominican Republic is recognized mostly, you know, for baseball. Mexico is recognized for boxing, and Fierro is going to showcase why that is the case and why Mexico is the hotbed of boxing, while the Dominican Republic is the hotbed of baseball. Luis, la pregunta era para vos en realidad de cómo era, de qué opinas de que Fierro dijo que no tenías el poder necesario para poder derrotarlo.
Él dice que no tengo el poder necesario para poder derrotarlo, pero el sábado 22 de mayo yo le voy a demostrar que yo sí tengo el suficiente poder y más de ahí para poder derrotar a cualquier peleador que se enfrente en mi camino.
He can say that I don't have the power to defeat him. He can say whatever he wants, really, but I'm going to talk inside the ring on Saturday, May 21st, and show everybody that I have that power and more. He's going to see it face to face on Saturday night.
How about speaking to, he says the Dominican is known for baseball, not boxing.
¿Qué te parece eso de que la República Dominicana es la tierra del béisbol y no del boxeo? ¿Qué tenés que decir para eso?
Bueno, realmente sí, es reconocido por el béisbol, pero yo le voy a demostrar a él que se va a reconocer por el boxeo.
Yeah, you know, like, I'm proud that the Dominican Republic is recognized for baseball, but I'm going to show him that the Dominican Republic is also going to be recognized for boxing thanks to me on Saturday night.
Jonathan, I'll give you the final word on here. He says, obviously, Dominican obviously has some great fighters. He's coming to bring the fight to you on Saturday. What can you promise we're going to get when you step in the ring?
Bueno, acá Luis te tiene muchas ganas y ha garantizado una victoria y quiere demostrar todo lo que vale. ¿Vos qué le garantizás a la gente que te está viendo aquí, también en la transmisión? ¿Qué le prometés a la gente que verá el sábado a la noche?
El 21 de mayo vas a ver qué es pelear contra un mexicano.
On May 21st, you're going to see firsthand what it's like to fight against a Mexican fighter.
Folks, that's the first fight of the night. And you do not want to miss it here on Showtime Championship Boxing when the broadcast begins. And then we get to the co-main, Jorge Cotto, 30-5. He's got 27 knockouts, taking on Yoelvis Gomez, 5-0. All 5 of his victories have come by stoppage. Jorge, I'll start with you. So you're taking on a guy who, listen, everyone believes he's got unbelievable potential, but he only has 5 fights. Do you resent that they've matched you up against a guy who's only got 5 fights, considering your resume and the number of fighters you've been in the ring with?
Bueno, Jorge, tu experiencia habla por sí sola, ¿no? Mientras que tu oponente cuenta con un potencial inmesurable, pero a la misma vez cuenta con solamente 5 peleas en su haber. ¿Resentís el hecho de que te hayan puesto en esta pelea contra un oponente que no tiene tanta experiencia y solamente ha contado con 5 oponentes en su legajo?
Bueno, pues no es exceso de confianza, ¿no? Pero la verdad me pareció una grosería cuando me avisaron que peleaba con un peleador que tenía solo 5 peleas. Y lo aclaro, no es confianza, no dudo de sus capacidades, pero la verdad sí me sentí un poco mal.
I felt that it was gross, an insult for me to be scheduled against somebody that only had 5 fights under his belt. And to be honest with you, it did feel bad, it did feel disrespectful. But I'm okay now, and I'm here ready to show what I'm worth.
Yoelvis, he says it's an insult. You only got 5 fights, and you're stepping in the ring with him. What's your response to that?
¿Cuál es tu respuesta a lo que acaba de decir Jorge Yoelvis, de que para él fue algo grosero que lo hayan agendado para pelear contra vos?
Bueno, si él lo nota que es grosero, que lo demuestre.
You know what? If he feels... Oh, sorry.
Que demuestre su grosería y ya. Para que los que pusieron y lo que hicieron el equipo, todo lo que hizo por esta pelea, diga, wow, de verdad que fue una gran grosería.
You know what? If he feels it was so disrespectful, that it was so gross, then he better show it. And if he's right, then in the end, people are going to be like, yeah, wow, that was disrespectful, that was gross, but he has to show it first.
Jorge, this young man has not gone past 3 rounds in any of his fights. Can you tell us, will he get, let's say, a boxing lesson and definitely go rounds come Saturday night?
Bueno, acá Yoelvis ha contado con peleas bastante abreviadas en las que no ha tenido que llegar hasta la campana final. ¿Vos crees que le vas a dar una lección boxística o que le vas a dar cátedra y demostrarle lo que es un boxeador de experiencia y alto calibre?
Claro que sí, creo que a eso venimos, a eso vinimos a demostrar de qué estamos hechos y pues viva México, ¿qué no?
Absolutely, that's what we came here for. I came here to show him what true experience and the true caliber of my quality is worth. And you know what? Viva Mexico.
Viva Mexico is what he said to you, Yoelvis. Will this fight go past 3 rounds?
Bueno,
Sí.
que él dijo, bueno, viva México. La pregunta es, esta pelea va a durar más de 3 rounds, sí o no?
No, va a durar lo que mis puños digan. Lo que mis puños digan va a durar esta pelea y no queda nada. Que tire con todo y que demuestre todo su trabajo y todo lo que hizo para hacer una gran pelea. Y pues nada, le deseo mucho éxito y muchas bendiciones a él y a su equipo. Y vamos para arriba. Y viva México y viva Cuba también. Y simplemente darle un gran show.
You know, my fists are going to dictate how long the fight is going to last. But you know what? I wish him nothing but the best. His team also, I wish him and his team nothing but the best, all the prosperity. And not only Viva Mexico, but Viva Cuba as well.
Love it. We'll wrap it up with this. Yo Elvis, 5 fights, 5 knockouts. Saturday, will it be 6 fights, 6 knockouts?
I don't think I need to translate that.
Exactly.
That works.
Jorge, let the people know, what should we expect Saturday night?
Bueno, ¿qué le puedes garantizar a la gente que puede esperar este sábado por la noche?
Podemos esperar un super espectáculo. Creo que no se van a arrepentir de pagar su boleto. Creo que siempre que he peleado con PBC he dado buenas peleas, muy buenas guerras. Y creo que esta no va a ser la excepción. Y cuidado, porque nos podemos robar la noche.
I guarantee that you're going to have a super spectacular show. Anytime I have fought with PBC, it has been a war, something to be witnessed. And hey, watch out, because we might just steal the show that night.
Okay, I love that. Now we get to the main event. Oh boy, we got a good one. We got a guy, David Lemieux. Guy was middleweight champion. And for the young people watching, just jump on YouTube, look at Google David Lemieux knockouts, and you will see some spectacular guys going to sleep because of the left hook this man possesses. He was a champion at 160, now he's at 168, and he has stopped guys at 168, and he would love nothing more than to be a champion, 2-time champion, and of course, have that 168 belt around his waist. 43-4. He's got 36 knockouts. But he's facing the hometown guy, David Benavidez. Speed, combinations, power, excitement, fistic fireworks. That's what David Benavidez brings. He's unbeaten. 25-0, 22 knockouts. He is the 2-time WBC super middleweight champion of the world. So, that's the main event. David Lemieux, I gotta start with you, man. Because first of all, I respect the hell out of you as a fighter. But why in the hell would you come to Phoenix in this man's backyard, step up in weight to challenge a guy who people call the boogeyman at 168?
Well, very simple answer to that. Well, when you're a champion and you want to be the world champion, you got to beat the best guy out there. And right now, Benavidez stands in front of me, and that's who I got to beat to be the world champion. So everybody knows that Benavidez is a very good fighter, but I think people are going to start to know David Lemieux is a serious contender in the super middleweight division when I got that belt around me. It's a big challenge. Yes, I'm confident. I had a tremendous training camp for this fight. The challenge is big. I had a very big training camp. We're ready physically, mentally. Benavidez is a good fighter. It's going to be a hell of a show for the fight fans because he doesn't like to do rounds. I don't like to do rounds, so let's see what happens.
I was watching some of your media workout, and I thought it was interesting. You said, if David Benavidez wants a war, I'm going to give him a war. Tell me what that means.
That means I don't run away from anybody. I've never avoided any fight, any fighter. when I step in the ring, I'm the man to worry about. And, in this fight, he's a solid guy in front of me, but I'm confident in my abilities and my strength and my power. We had a tremendous training camp for this fight to prepare for a guy like Benavidez. I'm very confident in this approach. I have a lot of experience in the ring. I'm going to bring it on Saturday night.
David Benavidez, first of all, talk to me about what is it like to once again be back home in front of the home folk? And boy, you got a nice challenge in front of you in David Lemieux. Talk to me about that.
It was just a blessing to be back here in Phoenix, Arizona. For my last fight, it was a great turnout. Now I got an even better opponent in front of me. Now the stakes are even bigger. Got a WBC interim title on the line. So I'm just excited to go in there and give the fans a great fight. I've had a tremendous training camp. Everything has been perfect. The miles have been ran. The rounds have been sparred. The weight has been lost already. I've been on weight for 2 days already, so I came extremely prepared for this fight. And like I said, he has a lot of knockouts. I have a lot of knockouts, and I'm just looking forward for this fight to be a war and to give the fans a hell of a fight and put Phoenix, Arizona back on the map.
I love it to hear that. And I love that David Lemieux said, if you want a war, I'm going to give you a war. And I'm confident that you need to know about David Lemieux after this fight.
Yeah, I'm excited to get a war too. The last fight wasn't really that hard, so I really want to go in and earn the WBC interim title. I have a lot of respect for David Lemieux. I've been watching him since I was a little kid. He's had some great knockouts, but I feel like he has a lot to worry about with me. I feel like I'm stronger, faster. He does have experience on his end, but I'm just looking forward for this fight. It's gonna be a tremendous fight, and this whole card is gonna be amazing. You got two good cards before the main event, two good fights before the main event. So it's definitely gonna be one of the best cards of the year.
And listen, we in the media, we ask you a lot about big fights. Certainly got one here Saturday, but we've asked you a lot about Charlo. We've asked you a lot about Canelo. Could you be possibly overlooking David Lemieux?
No, I'm not overlooking anybody. My mind is, I'm 100% focused on David Lemieux. I know the task in front of me. And with me, I take it one fight at a time. I just like to put everything in the fight and then figure about the next fight after the fight I've just had. So, I know David Lemieux is a tough customer. He's very, very motivated for this fight. Both the winner is going to get a WBC interim title, one shot closer to the world title. So my mind is 100% on David Lemieux.
David, you go into this fight, people look at it and say, man, this guy, he's got the height advantage, he's got the reach advantage over you. He's been at 168 longer, obviously, than you. Speak to that, and people will probably say, hey, does David Lemieux still have enough left in the tank?
Yes, I do, and absolutely. I've been underdog in the past, and I came up with the win. I surely know the difficulty that a fighter like David Benavidez poses, and we came well prepared to make sure we don't get surprised in the ring. So I'm very confident in my team and my abilities, and what I gotta do to walk out of here with that title. I got a lot of respect for David Benavidez. He's a hell of a fighter, but the ring is the ring, and I want to be the champion. So yes.
David Benavidez, listen, you're at home. Sure, you got family, friends. A lot of people gonna pay some good money to come here to Gila River Arena. What can you guarantee that they're going to get when they come into this arena and turn on Showtime Championship Boxing on Saturday?
I can guarantee a hell of a fight, a war, and somebody's going to get knocked out. We both got a lot of knockouts. Nobody wants to go to the decision. I feel like a lot of people paid good money to see a knockout, and that's exactly what they're going to get. But I'm going to be the one leaving with the title that night.
David, last response to that.
I can say the same but copy paste what he said. There's no bullshit. I want to beat him. He wants to beat me. It's going to be a lot of fight for the fans. So all the best to the fans.
Fantastic. Folks, again, that's what we got. What a fight night. We come here to the Gila River Arena. We got David Benavidez, David Lemieux, two guys with really dynamite in their gloves, going at it in the main event. And then Yoelvis Gomez, Jorge Cota in the co-main event. Again, Gomez, 5 fights, all of them knockout. Cota's been in the ring with some of the top fighters in that weight division, and then Fierro, and of course Nunez. 2 unbeaten fighters that are going to start the night off on Showtime Championship Boxing. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster.com. It should be one hell of a night here in Glendale, Arizona. Certainly want to thank everybody for watching the press conference. Guys, let's get a face-off here, and let's start with the first fight of the night, right? So we're going to have Fierro, we're going to have Nunez. If you guys could just step to the front and we get a face-off.
Chicos, si pueden por favor venir al centro del escenario, Fierro, Núñez, y hacen el careo, por favor. Primero ustedes, después van a venir Cota y Gómez, y después Benavidez.
You want to make main event first?
Yeah.
Let's go main event first. Mr. Benavidez, Mr. Lemieux.
You want your belt? All right. Just stare outside first. Outside. Thank you. At the cameras in the back. And down in front, please. Don't fall them out. Right down here, please. Over here to the right, please. And over to the left. All right, we'll do a quick face-off. No big deal, guys. We'll bring all the fighters down. Let's do a whole crew. Stay right there. Stay right there. All right, come on down.
No, hold on, grupal, por favor, gracias. Los 4, por favor.
Okay, out to the TV camera. And down here, please.
Right here in the middle for showtime.
Okay.
You want everybody or
Yeah,
everybody, get everybody, the entire fight.
we'll do all 3 fights.
Okay, primero la foto grupal, por favor. Vengan acá con David y David.
All right, you guys, at the TV, Martin, tell them, at the TV first.
Primero vean por atrás a la televisión, por favor.
And down in front.
Ahora acá al frente. A las cámaras.
Right here, right here. Good. Okay, main event, you can go. And
David, want to review
Benavidez on this
What?
side.
for interviews.
Well,
Yeah,
David Benavidez on this side, and you on this side. Benavidez on this side.
this guy here. Right here. Stay right there, stay right there. No, one moment. Okay, look out here first.
Entonces vean para allá atrás.
Down in front.
Ahora acá al frente. Sí, acá al frente, acá las cámaras de las chicas acá.
Okay, gracias.
Y ahora,
We didn't get a face. Can I get the face off one more time?
Face off, sorry.
el careo, por favor.
My bad. Gracias.
Listo, gracias. Ahora, Núñez, Fierro, por favor. Exactamente lo mismo. Vamos a empezar viendo las cámaras de atrás, por favor.
Out back.
Ahora, quédate un segundito para decirles.
Aquí.
Ahora acá al frente, las chicas.
And face off.
Y ahora el careo, por favor. Muchas gracias.
Sorry.
Listo, gracias.
Uno más.